Welcome guys back to the channel. In this very video today, we'll be taking account from $60 to $6,000 for a client as requested at the very point to a mighty height. Currently from here, let's dive into the very video and take the very trade to something very massive. So if you watch, you can see this is XUSD and currently this trade is currently on a bullish momentum. This trade is currently on a bullish momentum. On the very point, you mapped out this overall point that the trade is currently creating some bullish momentum and buying to the upside. And if you watch, you can see the overall momentum is for the trade to buy to a mighty height at the very point. So currently from there, that is the overall resistance zone at that very point, and it's to validate that this trade is currently buying upwards and currently on a bullish momentum. So it's currently flowing a more bullish trend. Buyers are active on this very trade. Buyers are active on this very trade and this very momentum. So from there, let's go back to 30 minutes time frame to take our entry and take our entry on the right point. So if you watch, you can see that a very strong zone at the very point. You can see a very strong zone that the market created at the very point. There's a very strong zone that the market failed to break here at the very point. That's a very strong support level at the very point. So currently from here, I'll be entering my buys from the very point to 0.02 lots at the very point. Enter my buy at the very point. Enter my buy to a mighty height at the very point. And currently, our target is for the trade to buy massively and move to a mighty height to something very massive. This is our trade where we enter at the very point. We entered our buys at the very trade. And with my experience in trading, this trade will buy currently, and if you want to measure where the trade will buy to, with this very tool, you measure these very overall buys from here to here, and it will move with the overall buys from there to here. That is what the trade will buy to. With this overall buys from this very point to that very end trade here, the trade will buy currently to our overall point at the very point. You're going to buy to our overall trend to touch our overall trend. You see, the trade is currently bullish, and currently the market will buy to our overall trend, which validate our setup to a mighty height. So let's watch and see what XUSD has for us. So guys, at the very point, the trade is currently buying massively from our zone. The trade is currently buying massively at the very point, and currently we entered one more positions, which made the trade positions, and I'm closing the trade in profit. Close up positions at the very point, and currently we are up in $118.76 at the very point. So if you watch, you can see that in the past, the market reached in the past year at the very point and currently broke out from our overall zone. The market broke out from our overall zone at this very point. That was a very big market in the past. We tested at the very point and currently broke out from this very point. But now the market will not retest from here. The market will keep on pulling upside, and that's to grab liquidity. It is to grab liquidity at that very point. So currently from here, I've increased my lot size to 0.10 lot size at the very point, and I'll be entering my buys currently at that very point. Not enough money. I'll be increasing to 0.05 lot size. I'm entering my buys at the very point. Let's see what this trade has for us. I'll be entering with 0.02 lot size. I'm trying my best to enter positions to take this account to something very massive at the very point, because if you watch, you can see at that very point the market will keep on pulling upside. The market will not go down, and that's to grab liquidity. A lot of people will be thinking the market will sell from this very point, but the market will keep on buying massively from that very point. The market will keep on buying to a mighty height at that very point. So currently, let's watch and see what XUSD has for us at this very point. We entered with 0.05 and 0.02, 0.01 at the very point. Let's see what XUSD has for us. So the market is currently buying from that very point, from our overall zone at that very point. The market will keep on buying massively. So guys, the trade is currently buying massively at that very point. I told you the trade will keep on buying massively from that our key zone at that very point. we entered our buy massively at this very trade entry. I told you the trade do not respect this very entry here. The trade do not respect it. The trade will break it and keep on going upwards. So currently from here, I'm closing our trade in profit, and currently we are up in $172.6 at this very point to a mighty height. So guys, at this very point, I've entered my buys at this very point because of a very key zone that is lying down at this very point. There's a very key zone lying down here that the market currently broke out from, and currently it have retested this key zone here. The market have currently retested this key zone here. The market went, grabbed the liquidity, and currently retested this key zone at this very point, which validates my buy entry at this very point, and I'll be buying to break out from this overall setup at this very point. So currently I'll be entering my position with 0.05 lot size. I enter to a mighty height. Let's watch and see what XUSD has for us. We're entering our position because this setup is very valid, and I'm very sure of this setup that I'm entering now at this very point. We're entering more positions at this very point, to a mighty height at this very point. So the target of this very challenge is from $60 to $6,000 at this very trade. That is the challenge, and I will enter at this very point. And if you watch here, a lot of people will think the market is going to continue selling down because of the retesting of this very zone at this very point. So the trade will fail to break this very zone. The market will fail to break it. Currently, the trade created some weak rejection, and this weak rejection validated this setup, showing that the buyers are active at this very trade, and the trade is currently respecting this overall zone that it must fail to break at the very point. So let's expect a buy side to the upside. Let's expect a buy side to the upside. So currently I've been entering one more positions at this very point, and this is the episode 1 of this very trade. I'll be dropping it episode by episode. Any amount to reach till we complete this very challenge. I don't want to be making the videos long again. I want to be making the videos just episode by episode till I pass this very challenge to a mighty height. So currently from here, we are currently on this very trade. Let's see what XUSD has for us. So guys, the trade is currently buying massively from our entry point at this very point. The trade is currently buying massively. So currently I'll be closing some trades in profit, close some positions at this very point. And most times the reason why I enter some trades is so I can close some trades when I'm in profit, and it's running in profit at this very point. So currently I'm closing some trades in profit at this very point, and let's go and see what XUSD has for us. And currently we are floating a massive profit at this very point. Let's see what XUSD has for us at this very point. So currently the trade is currently going well as anticipated, and currently you are making huge profits at this very point. So guys, at this very point I'll be closing our trades in profit at this very point, and currently we are up in $8.20 at this very point from $60. You're currently up in $8.20 at this very point. The trade is currently going well.